Hello guys and dolls, I am back again. I am doing another video for Budget Beauty's main series. I am Lindsay Beatty. I am the face of Budget Beauty. I'm the everything of Budget Beauty. And I am back. I am here. We made it home in one piece. We finished with the wedding and we had a great time. And so we are now 1 week post-wedding. My sister-in-law has been married for 1 week. I'm very excited. Um, very, very excited for her. And so we are here. We're doing makeup. So, this episode, so my birthday is Monday. So I decided I was going to do some makeup. We're also going to go out today. So, to get my birthday gift and to possibly go to TJ Maxx. You know, actually, I was trying to think of other stuff I wanted to do. I can go to TJ Maxx today, and I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over to TJ Maxx and um, maybe it was another place, Marshalls. I think I don't know if we got a Marshalls left in Columbia, but I said we were gonna go out and buy some stuff. We bought a bunch of books yesterday. We went to a used bookstore that's here in Columbia that I have driven past every day for like 7 years. And I kept saying, oh, I'm going to go in there and see what they have. Oh, I'm going to go in there and see what they have one day. So finally we did it yesterday. Um, I haven't driven past it every day in 4 years. So I went in there and we found a lot of stuff. So super excited. We have reading material, lots of reading material. So we're going to go, I think that's what we're going to do. There was a game that came out recently, like last month, and so I want to go pick it up and get it. That's my part of my birthday gift from my husband. So it's the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, and so I play a lot of fighting games. So back here where the games are, there are a lot of fighting games in here. Just at first glance, I see Dinky Bunko Fighting Climax. That's a Japanese anime fighter. Arcana Heart 3, Virtua Fighter 5, um, Tekken Tag 2, like Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Yeah, a lot. Blaze Blue, Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot of fighting games in there, and that ain't even the digital stuff. Because I got Vampire. I have Darkstalkers Resurrection on PS3, and I want to say I got it on PS3 and on Xbox 360, and that's where I have all of my retro consoles in here. So, we also may today go and we may go to this arcade. It's a pinball arcade in Rock Hill. I don't know. We may or may not go. I told him to let his cousin know that we were going to be in the area because she lives there. And so I was like, yeah, let family know we're going to be in the area. We'll, stop by and say hello and see how folks are. So, I don't know. He hasn't heard from her. So I don't know if we're going to go. We may or may not. I was also trying to go to Ulta today and do a beauty haul, but for my birthday, but, so he ordered me an Ulta gift card, which doesn't make any sense. He ordered me an Ulta gift card, and I'm like, but Bo, you could have just gone to the Walgreens to get the Ulta gift card so that I would have it in hand and I can go on Saturday. And so I can't. So yeah. So yeah, I was like, well, since you ordered it, I have to wait till it gets here. I'm so thankful and grateful for the gift. I am very thankful and grateful for the gift. But I can't use it till it gets here. So I'm like, I kind of got to put off going until it gets here. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to wait until it gets here in order for me to go to Ulta. And I think it's expected delivery by tonight. So I don't know. It may get here while I'm doing this video. I don't know. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. So I decided today for my birthday makeup episode, I was going to do some makeup, and I decided to wear. So I got a whole bunch of new stuff from Old Navy, and I got a lot of undershirts, and I got a couple t-shirts. And so this t-shirt that I'm wearing, y'all will very seldom see me wear anything white. I tend to not wear white things, just because I'm always attracting dirt. I'm always attracted. Like, that is the time that I'm going to get something on my clothes. Like a little child, and I am going to be 44 in 2 days. I swear to y'all, it's like being a little child sometimes. If I wear something white, I'm going to get something on it. So I'm just like, we just don't wear white. So this shirt, though, this is a new shirt, and it is I'm trying to lean back if you can see the top part of this, and you can see my little microphone. This is if I can lift it up enough. You can't really read that, but it says Queen, and it's for the band Queen. I'm a massive Queen fan, and I have always been a massive Queen fan. I discovered them right as Wayne's World came out, and Bohemian Rhapsody, of course. I had to have been probably 10 or 11 when Wayne's World came out. And so I was like, I like this song. I have no idea what's happening in this song. I don't even know who's singing it, but I like this song. So it took a little bit before I realized that it was Queen. And then they showed there was a video that was made for it. And I was just like, I'm in love. So I have bought Queen's greatest hits, and huge Freddie Mercury fan. So yeah, and I vaguely remember when Freddie Mercury died. I was alive. He died November 24th, 1991, so I would have been 10. I vaguely remember them talking about it and it being on TV and them saying Freddie Mercury has died of AIDS. And I was like, I knew what AIDS was, but I didn't know who Freddie Mercury was, and I didn't know why he was important until I got a little bit older, and it was like, oh, okay. So, massive Freddie Mercury fan. So I decided to wear my new Queen shirt. I bought it from Old Navy. Old Navy is unmatched and top tier in like band t-shirts, Marvel t-shirts, random comic book t-shirts, like DC, because I've gotten my husband a bunch of things from Old Navy in the past. I got him not a Spider-Man. I got him Superman and the Flash. I got him shirts from there, and then I got myself and him and a third one, Captain America shirt. So a bunch of Marvel t-shirts from Old Navy. They are unmatched. I got a bunch of and you guys have seen me wear it. It's a green shirt, and it's got the 4 turtles names on it for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I got that from Old Navy. So I got this Queen shirt, and I got another Marvel shirt with the old style. It's got the Marvel letters across, and then it's got the faces of the Avengers in it. So yeah, I was very, 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 very excited to get it. So we're gonna get started with makeup. So to match this, I'm wearing a brown scarf because the pants that I'm wearing some leopard print capris, like leggings, capri leggings, I guess. They're like, I don't know, leopard print, dark brown leopard print. I don't know. You can't really see it unless I stand up. So as a matter of fact, let me see if I can not hit the camera while I do this, but I'm gonna stand up so you can see. This is the Queen shirt. Can't really see the pants, but see, these are the pants. So in keeping with that color, I was thinking about doing some brown for my birthday makeup. So I have these Ruby Kisses color palettes. So I was thinking about doing something from both of these, pulling a color from both. Probably this one here where my ring finger is, and then this one up here at the top. This color. I was thinking about doing that. This one is entirely for eye. This one is for eye is 1 and 2. So 1, 2. So none of the colors that I pick that I want to do are for eye. The one that I was thinking about, this one here, number 9, is for face. So I'm like, okay. But if this doesn't work out, I always got my fallback shadow sticks. So, two. Let me talk a minute about this. This Elf liquid metallic eyeshadow. Y'all, this is kind of cute. It wears very well. I love it. It wears very well on me. It's a brown also, but it's like a peach coral brown, and it is very, very nice. This is called Little Dipper. This shade is Little Dipper, but yeah, I think I may have gotten this in a beauty haul episode, but I bought it not that long ago, but I've been using it and it is fantastic. I really like it. So let's get started. We'll see how this makeup works. We're gonna see how it plays, see what it does with this coral, because I've never used the coral, I don't think. I'm trying to look to see have I ever spread anything in it or anything. No, I have not. So yes, this will be the first time I'm using that coral, this coral Ruby Kisses thing. So let's get her going. I gotta do some primer first. Of course, eyeshadow primer. Primer. So this is the new tube of that I've had for like a year. My extra that I opened up finally, Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This is the regular original. I had this one sitting off to the side that I kept saying, oh, I have another one, I have another one, I have another one. And I'll open it. I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel of the old one. Well, I finally did what I was going to do, and I used up the other one. So, shake her up a little bit. So I finally opened this one. So it is a little runny and a little loose because that's just how this is. When it's fresh and you just opened it up. So, yeah. So as I'm doing this, let's talk about this wedding that just happened. It was lovely. We had a great time. We had a really good time. It was hot. It was very hot and very humid. And my lady friend at work, Miss Renee, said, she said, "Ooh, you out there in a June wedding? It's gonna be warm." And it was. She did not lie. She knew exactly what she was talking about, because your girl was sweating in that dress. Ooh, I was sweating. I ain't gonna lie. It was warm, but it was humid. It was extremely humid because it had been raining off and on, and it had poured down the night before, that Friday night. That I did not do my makeup or anything. It was pouring down outside, so it was like, bro, it is so warm out here. But yeah, it was nice. The wedding was really nice. The venue was gorgeous. Now it was out in the middle of nowhere, and so I was like, I told him, because husband drove. And I was like, baby, this is the boonies. So country out here. It was really, really nice though. The venue, once you got to the venue, because we drove past it and we had to turn around. Then we had to turn around again because we turned in the wrong spot. It was crazy. We turned in the wrong spot. But it was gorgeous out there. And it was, once you got to the venue was beautiful. It was very modern architecture, very clean design, just absolutely gorgeous. And so they had this green room that we sat in while we were waiting for everyone else, because we got there super early. We got there about 3:30. We got up and got dressed. We had breakfast. We got up and got dressed. We went back to our room. We got ready. And then we left, and y'all can see this when I did my makeup, and then we left. As soon as I finished my makeup, we left. So we got out there. It was a 10-minute drive. Didn't take long. We got out there, And so we sat for a while because wedding didn't start till 5:30. So we got there about 3:30, 3:45 or so. And so it was we had to wait for a little bit. And so it was nice though, but it was cool and air conditioned where we were waiting. So then the wedding got started at about 5:30. And so we were sitting outside, we were all seated, and so we were sitting out in the heat, and I was just like, I should have brought my little fan, my little sweet full fan. Let me tell y'all, these are extremely popular now. Okay. So everybody had one of these except me. I didn't bring mine, but everybody had one of these. And I should have took mine with me because it was so humid and warm and I was sweating. So we once we moved outside. So and we weren't even sitting out there that long. She really it seemed like it was a long time, but it really wasn't. Everybody got in and got seated, and then they got started, and that was about 5:45 or so, maybe 5:50. So they didn't start exactly 5:30. Like she didn't walk down the aisle at 5:30, but it was nice. It was very nice. It was quick ceremony. I love the entrances. Everybody looked gorgeous. The bride was stunning, as I expected. Groom would look really nice. I really liked his white. He had a white tux with black accents and some black loafers. And I thought those were nice. It looked really good on him. He's a handsome beau, so he's gonna wear. These people are very, very, very like genetically blessed. They are good-looking people. So I'm like, I expect that they're gonna look great on their wedding day. But yeah, no, the wedding was lovely. The groomsmen were very hyped, and I told my husband, and I said, and I meant this, and I told other people this. I was like, listen, if you don't show up for me the way these people showed up for the groom and the bride, but specifically the groom, because the groom's side was just rowdy. They were hyped up. They were ready to go. They were just, ow. And they were like, that's my boy. Whoa, they're doing all this carrying on. And I'm just like, they are so excited for him. And that is how you do. When you go to somebody's wedding, you are asked to be in their bridal party. That is what you do as a bridal party member. You show up and you show out for this person. They are asking you to come stand up with them as they are saying very important vows. Okay, hopefully the first and only time they're gonna do it. But even if it is their second time, their third time, their 50th time, whatever, if they ask you to be in a bridal party, guess what you need to do? You need to show up and be that person that everybody remembers from their wedding. That, woo, buddy, they showed up for that person. These people care about them. And I ain't saying you got to go all out and do all it, but you show up and you be excited. The bridesmaids were very excited too. Don't get me wrong. They were very excited, and I love that. They're a little bit more subdued than the guys, but the guys, they were so excited for their bruh. Okay. They were. And it was so good to see that. I was very, very, very happy to see that. And so I told my husband, I said, man, if we decide, which we probably won't, we probably will not, if and when we do any type of reception stuff, we're not going to have another bridal party. We're just not. It would just be the two of us because we're already married. And I don't need bridesmaids and things for that. I don't. But I'm just destined not to have a massive wedding. I'm just not. I'm apparently not a wedding. I'm not supposed to have a wedding. Not like a big wedding. So, but yeah, no, I said if we decided we were ever going to do that and have bridal, I was like, I want my bridal party to show up for me like they showed up for him. I was like, if you don't show up for me like that, don't come. Like, don't come. Because why are you here? You don't care about me. Like, I want you to show up and I want you to be happy for me. And these people, they are two of the nicest people you will ever meet. My sister-in-law is one of the sweetest people. She is. She's absolutely sweet. I'm waiting for this to dry is what I'm doing here. And also trying to get this stuff out of this crud out of my eyes so I can put this liner on. So I was like, she's one of the sweetest people in the world. Absolutely stunning girl. Very, very smart. A good person. She's super humble. And they said someone said in I think her one of her maids of honor, or her maid of honor, her co-maid of honor, said that her groom, they knew he was the one because he humbled her. And I was like, but she's super humble. Like, I mean, she knows she's, she knows she like top tier up here, but I've never known her to make that be known and tell people all the time and remind people all the time. Sometimes, yeah, you gotta show up and remind people who you are, but I've never known her in the time that I've known her, and I've been with her brother for 12 years, 12 of this, as of this year. I've known her I met her in 2015, so 10 of the 12. Listen, I've never known her to be anything but humble. So I was like, oh, okay. But I was so happy for them, and I was overjoyed for them. I did cry a little. I'm not even gonna lie. I cried a little bit, which is why I used the waterproof makeup. I was so glad I did. The waterproof mascara. I did cry a little bit. Not a whole ton. I was very happy for them. Happy tears. We went. We had a cocktail hour. That was really nice. So while I'm doing this, by the way, we're gonna use the ColourPop liquid liner, BFF liquid liner in the shade numero uno. So as we were at the cocktail hour, we took a bunch of photos. They did not want photos during the ceremony, which I loved. I love that idea. Let them photographers that they paying for and videographers, let them be the ones taking them photos. Let them be doing the work here, okay? Get out their way. Let them people do their job that they have been paid to do, okay? So we were not gonna have that in our wedding, but I understand why people do it. And also, I want to have my photos controlled. I want to control my photos. So it was good. It was good. It was that ceremony went very quickly. Very happy. 15 minutes. It didn't even take 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. It might have took less time than that. They did not say special vows. They had their pastor do their vows, and it was really sweet. They jumped a broom. I was very excited about that. The broom was very beautiful. It's like a pearl broom, pearl handled broom. I'm trying to get this to draw on my eye, and I can't get it to draw because I'm not pressing down. Okay, there we go. So we had a cocktail hour, and they had signature cocktails, which I loved. They had a backdrop of some roses, which was gorgeous. They had, so the signature drinks, one of which was an old fashioned. I can't remember what the other ones were, but I had 2 old fashions, so that ought to tell y'all something, because I'm not a drinker. I'm not traditionally not a drinker. I don't hold my liquor well, and on top of that, I take a ton of medication. So I'm like, yeah, no, drinking probably not a smart idea on my part. But I had 2 old fashions, and that is all the alcohol I had. So I was fine. Now I say that, and I got up the next day and had a headache. But I think that was just a combination of a little bit of alcohol. I was also tired. I was tired, and I didn't sleep well, and so, and the bed was fine. It's just I'm sleeping different places that are not home is always questionable for me. So I may or may not have a good experience. But like I say, I woke up and I had a little bit of a headache. Also, it was very humid and the pressure change caused me some problems there. So, but once I took some leave, I was fine. I was fine after that. That was on Sunday morning. Um, but no, we were fine. We but anyway, back to the wedding itself. The reception was really nice. It was really nice, really beautiful. The venue itself is gorgeous. I love the decorations, how they had that set up. They had a pearl beaded table thing, and looks like we were dry too. And so that was really nice. I was really impressed with that. Very, very modern and clean design, much like the venue. Roses and other flowers mixed in with the roses. So that was really nice. So we were at table 2. They also had this really cool thing where, to find your table, you had this little card that had your name on it. Okay. And so mine and my husband's, we were on the same card. And, he went up, they had a little kiosk machine. And what you did at this little kiosk is you put the card in, it read the card, and then it spit out a printout of your table number and where you were sitting. So, and then when you got to your table, they had little place cards that showed your name, and it said hello. So mine said hello, Lindsay. And then it had bride and groom's name, the date, and then it had the menu on the thing. And I was like, this is some nice design. I was like, this is nice. I really like this. I was very, very impressed. I was very impressed. So, then, so I'm looking to see what I'm going to use for, I think I'm going to use this. This is the BFF Cream Gel Liner, and this is in the shade Wildcat. I'm going to give this another try and see if we can't get this to working. So I'm going to line my eyes. So, yeah, the reception was really nice. They did Father of the Bride speech. Maid of Honor did her speech. I was trying to think as my other sister-in-law did not do a speech. I'm trying to think who else did. Oh, best man, one of the best men. Because he had multiple. He had 2. Trying to think who else did speech. I think that was it. I think that was all. Then we had dinner. Dinner was a nice buffet style. And let me tell y'all, let me take a minute to talk about this food. Y'all, this food at this dinner was some of the best I have ever had. It was fantastic. They had like a stuffed chicken breast, so you had a choice. So it was buffet. But you could pick off this thing. They had a stuff, so you had a choice for your main entree. So you got salad. If you wanted salad, you got salad. Bread, little roll that they had at the table. They had stuffed wild mushrooms stuffed in chicken breast. And then it had a mascarpone cream. Y'all, that was some of the best chicken I've ever had in my whole life. And I am generally not a baked chicken breast type of person. I'm not. I generally like to use chicken breast and cut it up and put it in something else. But no, y'all, this was, I was like, let me keep these cards. Also, yes, and we did. I kept the cards and I put them in my little clutch purse that I took, the little clutch purse. Y'all, I was like, I got to find out what this is. Let me keep these cards. One, because they're keepsakes here. But let me keep these cards because I want to get this recipe. Because let me find out that I can make this and do. Oh, it was fantastic. I was like, I don't know who did the catering for this. And I got to talk to her. When she comes back from her honeymoon, I will ask her, who did your catering? Because I want to find out. I need to talk to them. Because this is fantastic. The food was off the chain, y'all. Um, the other choice that they had was some salmon. Husband had the salmon and the chicken, of course. He liked the salmon. He said the salmon was good. But then they had some potatoes au gratin. Y'all, them potatoes. That's some of the best potatoes au gratin I've ever had too. And I'm like, it's just potatoes au gratin. Like, this ain't nothing fancy. But it was fantastic. I was just like, like I slack jawed. It was good. Um, it was really good. I was kind of hoping. I was like, I don't know. Can I go back and get seconds? Cause I don't want to be greedy, but like, this is good. Like, this is really good. I was also super hungry. I recognize that I was very hungry by the time we got to dinner. So that's why I was like, okay, let me see what they got for this dinner. Oh, sister-in-law out here pulled out all the stops. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, fantastic food. Um, they had dinner, and so we had dinner sitting down. It was a sit down dinner, and then they got up and did their they cut the cake. They had a cake. They cut their cake, and then they did their first dance, father-daughter dance, and then they had dancing in general, but they did it in this greenhouse, the greenhouse we were in earlier in the day. But they had a lot of people there. There was a lot of people at this wedding. So, probably like maybe 100 people, 130 people maybe. It was a lot of people in that room. So I was like, I'm going to sit outside because it's hot. And I don't want to sweat to death in that room packed in with all these people. But no, I had a great time. We left we recorded a little message for them because they had a little booth where you could record a message for them. We recorded a message for them, and then we left. We left about the same time all of the older folks were leaving. I was like, whew, baby, got to go. Listen, I love you, but I got to go lay down. Me, Mom, got to go lay down. So me, Mom went and laid down. I had to go wipe off all that makeup and then just go lay down. Because I was very drained by the end of the night. But yeah, no, we did not see the bride and groom the next day because I assumed that they were gonna go do whatever they was gonna do, and so we got a little bit of snack, not breakfast but a snack, and then we left, packed up, and we got out of town. It was lovely though. I had a good time. I am very, very excited and very happy for this next chapter in their lives, and they're good people. I like to see good things happen for good people. And so, but I am also very, 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 very overjoyed to be done with wedding guest prep, and planning. Because I have been thinking about this and trying to make sure we get everything going and do since December when they first told me what the colors were going to be. And I was like, okay. So I was like, we will be there with bells and whistles on, I promise you. But I've been thinking about this since December. So yes, I know she's overjoyed and she's happy about it being done and that she is now married. So yay. I was like, but I don't want to think about wedding stuff for another 2 years. Because one of the cousins was like, so when we gonna do this thing for y'all? And I'm like, y'all gotta give me some time. I just paid for a roof. I did. I just got this roof done. I have just paid for it. So I gotta save up money, and I'm wedding fatigued right now. So I don't want to think about it for a little bit. I will probably down the road. I'll think about it and get things together. Make sure we have plenty of time to plan and do. Let's think about year 7. And year 7 will be 2 years from now. Because we just hit year 4 married. So next year's year 5. We're planning to do something for ourselves. We're not going to have like a big thing or anything. We're going to do something special for ourselves. And then year 7 would be not next year, but 2 years from that. So really it's 3 years. So really we got about 3 years before we hit year 7. I was really thinking about pushing it to year 10, but year 10 is kind of far from now. So I don't know. We probably do year 7, maybe year 8, something like that. But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, right now I'm like, whoo, we had a great time and we got back home. Social battery is full. So, what I'm thinking about now, I'm looking at this color, and I'm going to use this color here where I have the applicator. I'm going to use this color as my base, and then we're going to see what we can do with this top coat of shadow, because everything is ready. Ooh, I like that. Now, see, y'all can see that on my eye. It's brown, but like I say, this does not match my skin tone exactly, so that's good. So, yeah, we had a great time. We did. We had a great time. So let's talk about these colors. So this color that I'm using, if I had bought a brown dress, I would have used this probably. So, the colors, it turns out everybody pretty much followed the thing. There was a couple people there. There was a lady I sat next to. I don't know who she was in relation to the groom. I think she was related to the groom. She might have been related to the bride. I don't know. I think she was related to the groom. But she had on a black dress. But mostly everybody did their colors. Mostly they did the color scheme that everybody was asking for. There was a lot of this burnt orange kind of. There was a lot of this. Some of that. Very, very much a burnt orange, like a sienna. That was, I saw, so let me see, because this is really a copper. But this color right here, I saw some of that. Because that's really a red. It's like a copper red. But I saw some of this. So this whole palette would have been fine. This, I saw some people with this color on. If y'all can really see, I'm trying not to get my ring light in there. But this color, where my middle finger is here. I saw a lot of that. A lot of burnt orange. I'm trying to see if I got some burnt orange. A lot of nudes. Like nudish beige orange. Kind of like trying to see if I got some lipstick in here that matches it. Like kind of like this. I saw a lot of that. Some champagne color. And it was a respectful champagne. It wasn't a disrespectful champagne, because there is a difference. I really like how this is on my eye too. So yeah, it was really nice. And the color schemes worked. One of my cousins wore one of the male cousins wore a Dusty Rose suit, which was gorgeous on him. And, he kind of matched my dress. His wife wore a beige kind of dress, and it was gorgeous on her. All the men did wear their tuxes. So we're going to get into that too. All the men wore their tuxes. And it was real nice. The color schemes I loved. Because I was looking at that, I was like, I want to see what the color schemes are going to look like. Who chose, like, if you give people a theme and you tell them what color, I want to see what people come up with. Like, I like to see that sort of thing. Why I like watching award show, like, where they do the arrivals and you see what people are wearing to award shows, because people are creative, especially when you talk about actors and things like that. They're super creative. So I want to see what people are going to come up with. Especially the Met Gala. Like, people do that a lot. So I really like that color. I don't know what color that is. But that is a nice color. Huh. That is a really nice color. I used 9. Which was for face, but whatever. It works really well on my eyes. And it doesn't have glitter in it. So it's fine. It's fine. But all of this is for eyes. So I'm very excited about this. This has a black in here, and this black is really good. This one, that's really nice. It's like an onyx. So, yeah, the color schemes and things were great. I was very impressed. That people followed the theme that she asked for and didn't screw that up. There was one lady I was like, girl, what do you have on? Like, why would you wear that to this? But most of everything was fine. There was only like one person, but out of all of those people, it was one. So I was like, okay. I'm sure she was expecting that one person to be like that. So I'm trying to put on, so what I'm doing is taking this color here, and I was trying to put this on top of here and see if it did anything, but it's really not doing anything because it really matches it. So probably not a good idea to do that one. I'm trying to look to see. I'm looking in my mirror. That's why I'm looking down real close here. I can see it on here. I'm going to go ahead and finish putting it on, but I don't, it's not doing anything different than what I already had, except give it a slight shimmer. So we're going to try a different color. I don't know. Maybe we'll try this one. Let's see what this does. We're going to try this one here and see what it does. It's going to be bright, so it's going to be brighter because that's not a... Yeah, okay. I see what this did. This is kind of like a shimmer. Kind of. It's like a lighter shimmer up from that one that I put on as the base. So you can kind of get away with this a little bit. So I'm going to see how I did this. Because what I don't want to do is cover up the base. I just want to give it a light dusting on this eye. But yeah, we had a great time. So, and y'all can't really see it, but it's light. This is a light shimmer on here. I mean, you can see the shimmer kind of, but it looks like I have it on this eye already, and I don't. So that's why I know that looks different for you on camera than it does in person. It still's kind of, it's more of a shimmery copper now instead of a regular copper. So I'm going to put a little bit more on this other eye. We're going to go ahead and put it on this eye. Give it some copper shimmer. So let's get into the tea. So during the reception, my father-in-law, who is the father of the bride, is sitting there, and he is just... So the whole time we weren't really paying him any attention. We really didn't pay him any attention. Not at all. Not the whole time we were there. I did not, because I was just like, what I need to talk to you about. So the whole time, all weekend that we saw him and he saw us, oh, hey guys, and I'm like, I want to talk to you. Get out of my face. Because I'm being exceptionally rude right now. Because if I say something to you, it's not going to be pleasant. I'm thinking I'm going to put something else on top of this. Because you can't really even tell I have eyeshadow on. I'm going to put a little something else on top of this. I don't know what, though. I don't know. I think maybe I'll do this one. I'm going to try something with this one and see what happens if I put it on. It's probably going to do the same thing. I wouldn't be surprised if it does the same thing. Yeah, see, it does a little bit. Again, it gives me a little bit of a shimmer, but not a whole lot. Okay. So I'm trying to think, do I have anything else? I have those toppers. I do have the toppers. And maybe we'll go back in with this. Actually, you know what? I want to see something. I want to see something with this. So yeah, I was ignoring him the whole time. Cause I was like, I don't want to talk to you. You're weird and you're rude. Get out of my face, please. Let's see what happens if I do this. Not much. Same thing, same concept here. But none of these shades are gonna outperform the others. So let's see if I come back in with this coral. So it just looked like I got a lot of shimmer on this lid, and it looks like I ain't got nothing on. That's exactly what this looks like. Like I don't got nothing on. So, yeah, I was like, I don't want to talk to you. What we got to talk about? Please go away. Yes, I realized I was at his daughter's wedding eating his stuff that he likely paid for, but I'm like, don't talk to me because you already know what you did, and you know that what you did was not right. So, gets even better. So we're sitting there at the reception, and I'm going in with this shade right now, but it's all of this is really just blending in. It looks like I have pinkish brown copper on my eyes. So I'm thinking that's why I'm looking around there to see what I got going on around there. Because all of this is just going to blend together. A lot of these very similar shades. I'm thinking, what do I want to put on this to make it stand out, if at all? I don't know. Let's maybe use the shadow stick. Let's see what happens if I use the shadow stick. And I put it in the center. Nothing. I mean, it's gold in the center, but it's not really. Okay. And what I'm going to do is blend this out. Because me just putting this on here is not going to do anything. But yeah, so yeah, I realized that we're sitting there and we're eating his stuff that he likely paid for. But I was like, whatever. You kind of required me to be here, so doesn't mean I gotta talk to you. Because I didn't have anything to say. What do you want me to say? So gets better. So that looks a little odd, but all right. So he's giving his father the bride speech. He gets to talking about bride, groom, sister of the bride, sister of the bride's husband. Then he pauses. As y'all see me doing this, he pauses. His wife then has to tap him and be like, and he's like, oh yeah, actually I have 3 children. It's my oldest, Brandon, and his wife, Lindsay. And I was like, in real time, I just kind of, because he was sitting over here on this side of me, because we were all at the same table. So we're sitting there as me and husband, father-in-law, stepmother-in-law, bride's godparents, grandchildren, two grandbabies. So we're all sitting at the same table. So I just kind of like that, because it was like, I know he didn't just do what I think he just did. I know he didn't. He didn't do that. He did. He actually did. That was the gold, by the way. This was the gold. This is the Flex Metallic shadow stick that I attempted to do a shimmer in the middle of my eyelid here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go in with this and do a little bit of fixing. Darken this down a little bit and give ourselves some color here. And then I'm going to blend this out. Just putting enough on the lid to do. But I am going to blend it out. Yes, sir, he sure did. And I was like, he forgot about us in real time just sitting here next to him. I was like, you, sir, are a shitty parent. Do you hear me? If you have at all, if anything here, you have confirmed for me that I do not like you, sir. And you are not a good person. That is pretty shitty of you. Not your eldest kid. Not your eldest. If his wife ain't talking to you, fine. I don't need to talk to you. I'm not the person that needs to talk to you. It's your kid. But you do me like that and I'm your kid, we ain't got nothing to talk about after that. We don't have anything to talk about. That's pretty shitty, sir. I I I was shocked in the moment because it was just like I picked up on it when he was talking about when he was talking about the bride and the groom and my other sister-in-law. I picked up on it then. I didn't say anything, but I just kind of. But when he just kind of stopped and acted like he ain't had no more kids to talk about, it was it was like, you know what it reminds me of? And I told husband this. I said, you know what it reminds me of? If you've ever watched the show Succession, it reminds me of that. It reminds me of that. Because the oldest kid in that show, Connor, the character of Connor, is the forgotten child. Logan Roy act like he ain't had no other. He had like he had them 3 kids, and that was that. He didn't have the 4th child, which was his oldest with his first wife. He had like he ain't have her. I mean, he didn't have him at all. He was an afterthought at best, and they didn't take him seriously at all on anything. Now, Connor didn't help himself at all because Connor just was goofy. Let's just go and be. Alan Ruck played that role so well because he had you really out here thinking Connor just ain't had no sense. But that's exactly how, like, Connor was never going to be a choice for the successor. Let's just go and put it that way. Connor was never in the running for successor, and everybody knew it except Connor. That's why I didn't take him seriously, and they didn't think twice about being like, no, Connor, no. But also though, how they did Connor was wrong. How they did his character was really sad and was pretty terrible. All right, that's juiced up a little bit. It's juiced up. And I think I'm gonna add on top of it. That was the this is what I just used is So Celestial on the eye. This is that ColourPop shadow stick in So Celestial. And then this is also a shadow stick in the shade Next Spot Metallic. This is their limited edition. Some of their limited edition. So let's see if we can get the top off. And I want to see what happens when I put a little color to it. Okay. It adds a little bit of this dusty rose, and I really was thinking about using this when I was doing my makeup for the wedding, because this matched my dress, but the purple also matched the Hey Bestie matched perfectly too. So I went with the Hey Bestie because it was very purple and worked really well for the dusty rose that I was going for. Plus it matched my flower that I was going for. So it just looks like I have a lot of gold and brown on my eyes. I don't. it is a mix. It is a mix of color. Let's put it that way. But yeah, he sure did, and I was like, "That's pretty terrible, sir. You're garbage for that. You should be ashamed of yourself." Like, I can't believe he did that. So, husband said, we're going to have a talk after all this is said and done. We're going to have a talk about this. Know that that's coming. Because why would you do that, sir? Why would you do that? Oof. So then it gets better. So then mother-in-law. I gotta pivot back to my weird ass mother-in-law. Mother-in-law decides she gonna ask how the wedding went. Well, how you think it went? Like, first of all, how do you think it went? Second of all, what you asking for? Because then she gonna say to him, and he's giving her the details and he's telling her what happened, and she literally is like, "What does any of this have to do with me?" And that's how you know something wrong with these people. Like, because why would you ask then? What was the point of you getting all involved and doing all this extra foolishness? What was the point? Because you wanted to be involved because you knew you weren't going to be allowed to be involved. And you felt like you were entitled to involvement here, even though these are none of your children. None. And the little bit of involvement that your kid had was to walk somebody down the aisle, which he did, took less than 30 seconds to do, and go on about their business. That was your level of involvement. But you were mad because you were not expressly involved in any of this. And you felt like you were robbed because you didn't get that experience with your kid with his wedding. And I was like, you weren't going to be allowed to do that anyway. You weren't going to be allowed to be involved because you told me no when I asked you to be involved, and then acted like I was supposed to chase you to get you involved. No, ma'am. I sure was not. So I absolutely not. Absolutely not. I refuse. I will not give people the time and the effort that it takes to fool with this. Not doing it. So, anyway. Now, we're going to do a little bit of eye mascara work. This is the Essence Lash Primer. Lash Princess Mascara Primer. And I'm going to go over my lashes a little. See if I can get that. Get her going. But yeah, she had the nerve to be like, I'm like, then maybe you shouldn't have damn asked then. I don't like people who do stuff like that. Super self-centered and very just obnoxious. Because none of that, she didn't need to know about none of that. She didn't need to know that girl was even getting married. But I'm like, why are you even involved in this? None of this has anything to do with you. It's not your kid. At all. Y'all, not her kid. This is literally the kid of the ex-husband and his second wife. And I know she knew if the stepmother-in-law at any point sniffed that she was involved, she'd have got cussed out and told about herself. So I don't know. I know what's wrong with my mother and father-in-law. I do. I know what's wrong with them. I'm pretty certain here. Listen, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. But I got a few guesses. And all this wedding did was confirm for me. That's all it did. It was definitely confirmed for me that both of them have some type of personality disorder. And I'm pretty sure I know what the personality disorder is. Pretty sure. Thankfully, my husband has never shown major signs of having it despite being in that environment his entire life. He's relatively, he has some stuff going on, but he's not have a personality disorder like that. He's not self-centered. If anything, he's the exact opposite. Which sometimes is to his own detriment. Sometimes I'm just like, baby. Oh, baby. You don't You do not have to go through all of that. You don't. I promise you, you don't have to go through all of that. So what I'm going to use now is the ColourPop Level Up lengthening mascara. Let's see if we can't get her going here. I've had this for a minute, but I really like this ColourPop. I do. Try to get her going on these eyelashes. I kind of need to hold the mirror in order to do this and get it right. So, now that the wedding is done, we're at birthday. So, we're gonna do a little bit of celebrating. Birthday is actually Monday, so by the time this episode goes up, I probably will have had my birthday. I'm trying to get all of my videos done and uploaded, and hopefully by the time you see this one, everything will be uploaded. So there will be multiple things for you to watch. And watch me do the makeup for. Such as the wedding. I have a breakdown that I did. I didn't do any breakdowns this week because I just didn't feel like it. Trying to get all this whitish blue. So I did not do any breakdowns at all this week. So I have one, it was from like a couple of weeks ago. Maybe like a week ago. During the week of the wedding. And so then I have the wedding episode, the wedding makeup episode, and then I have this one. I will have this one. So I am off. I was off yesterday, and I am off Monday, the actual birthday. So I will try to get stuff uploaded sometime this weekend and get everything fixed up and uploaded so it can be current. So I really like this ColourPop. I can tell y'all it does a great job of giving me that false lash effect. So much so that I don't need to use the Essence Call Me Queen to spread it out. This brush does it for me. So try to get this one little part over here that does not want to cooperate. Okay. Okay. There we go. So, yeah, I like that. All right. So, do something to help this mascara. I mean, to help the eyeshadow debacle here. That occurred. So, that's done on the eyes. I really like how that mascara turned out. I can always count on that ColourPop, that specific ColourPop to work. I have another one. I have the Act Natural. That's this one. It is defining mascara, and it's in brown. My lashes are not brown though; they're black. But you can't tell. If I put that on, you wouldn't be able to tell a difference. So yeah. All right. So then, trying to debate: do I want to wear face makeup or not? I really don't feel like it. Face makeup means taking it off and having to wipe it off later. And I don't really feel like doing all that today. So I don't think I'm going to do face makeup. I think I'm going to do lips, though. I might not even do, like, lips. We're going to do some brown. This is the NYX Professional Makeup Retractable Lip Liner in the shade Coca. So we're going to use that. Okay, got her lined. It's weird how the brown shows up. But like if you use a beige, it does not at all. Okay. Beige does not show up at all. So I know I had seen Miss Lady who does who is Burned Beauty 2018. I follow her makeup stuff, and I really enjoy her makeup content. She had used the shadow stick as a lipstick, and I was like, really? I hadn't thought about doing that. I really hadn't thought about that. Yeah, I was like, huh, okay, interesting. That's an interesting idea. So yeah, I was thinking about that, but I think today I'm gonna use. I might use flurries. I don't know. Um, hmm. You know, I very seldom use. I very seldom use these Maybelline. The Superstay Matte Ink. I do have a bunch of these, and they're fine. I like them. They're fine. I think I'm gonna use this one. This is the Maybelline New York Superstay Matte Ink in the shade 65 Seductress. I know y'all saw me when I bought this one, so let's use it. Let's use it today. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I think what I discovered was that this is very bright. It's peachy. It's peachy. I think my signature phrase is gonna be, let's see what happens here. So I think I'm gonna bring this down just a tad. I think I'm gonna bring it down. I got some stuff here on the side of my face, on the inside of my eye. Okay. I mean, I love the color. I think the color is fantastic. Um, that specific color is very loud. I do like. I have three others in that line. I have these. This is the shade 10, which is Dreamer, and this is shade 20, Pioneer. And it is a red. It's a good red. Maybelline makes some good stuff. I like it. I like that Superstay Matte Ink a lot. Now, I also have Revlon. I have some red in the Revlon. It is the Color Stay Limitless Matte 600 Hot Take. And this is Color Stay Limitless Matte in the shade 001 Beauty Sleep. So I have some Maybelline and I have some Revlon. Revlon makes okay stuff. It's all right. It's not my favorite, but it's all right. I'm used to Revlon hair stuff. I personally couldn't use Revlon hair stuff, but okay. I got. Then I have this vinyl ink from the Maybelline Superstay vinyl ink. I bought this. This was my first lipstick, liquid lipstick that I bought. They sent me two. I bought it off of Amazon. It was weird. They sent me two and I only ordered one, but okay. Wasn't complaining. I discovered I like mattes better. But I kept this. This is not bad. It's actually very good. I discovered I like mattes a little bit better. So that's why I have all of my stuff is a matte. Minus that one. One day I might do a thing on all of my red lipsticks. Because I have a lot of red lipstick. Red was my color. So I'm waiting on this to dry. It's mostly dry now. Because I want to do some, I want to dumb this down a little bit. Just a tad bit. Mute it down a little bit. And I think I'm going to use this. So this brown is a little bit too deep brown, but this is the NYX lingerie, the lingerie double XL lip lingerie. This is in the shade Going Desnuda. And what it does is it is a brown. As y'all can see, this is a brown. So it would and it should bring this color down without me doing a whole ton of this. I'm gonna take a lot of this off. And yes, I just made a mess of my lips. It's fine. I'm trying to clean the brush off a little bit so it doesn't add a ton. Which if I need to bring the color back in, I can. I always put on some other one. All it did was make my lips look incredibly opaque. It made them look opaque. Like I don't have lipstick on and I just put liner on. Which, okay. I gotta put some liner back on because I covered up my liner by doing all of that. Huh, okay. Let's see if we can't add some pink back. I think I can get the pink back, but not too loud a pink. I could put pink in there, but I don't want to put that pink. We're gonna use this. This is the ColourPop pink flurries. It's like a mauve. There we go. Okay. That muted the pink down some, so there's that. Alright, we gotta let all of this dry. But yeah, that's cute. And it's a muted pink because we have brown up underneath it, which is fine. I'm fine with that, actually. It was a little too brown for my liking there because I put too much on. As usual, I was heavy-handed. Let's see if I can get this liner back on. Okay. I used this time to do the liner. I did the plum. I did some plum. You can barely see it, but it's there. Also, plum tends to fade into this, so. Okay. I like how that turned out. I like how that turned out. That's cute. Yeah. So about this. Y'all, with this, I have to dumb this down. I gotta dumb it down. It is very bright. It looks like I have something on my mouth. Like I drank milk or something and forgot to wipe my mouth. So I have to dumb it down with I usually use this, the sand beige, and it turns out nice. So it's fine. Yeah, I like how my lips turned out. That's actually really nice. Okay. All right. Well, this, ladies and gentlemen, since we're not doing face makeup, is the completed look. I like it. I think it turned out okay at the end. Probably should have done a black liner on the eyelid, but it's fine. I don't have to do it every single time. What I'm also going to wear today, these are actual solvable Rubik's Cubes. I got them at Punk Flea Market, the Southeast Punk Flea Market that I went to. Not this last one, but the one before that, that I actually went to. This was one of the ones I was talking about. The lady was selling the earrings, and I was like, let me get some of these earrings from you. And so they are solvable. So I could, like, if I wanted to, I could turn it and do like that. And then, but they came solved, so I am not going to unsolve them to solve them. But yeah, these are cool. These are super cool. They're kind of heavy. They're just a tad bit heavy, but not like dragging my ear down heavy. But they're very cool. I got a lot of these types of super cool earrings. And I get a lot of compliments on these because people are like, wait, are those real Rubik's Cubes? And I'm like, yes. I was at an accounting conference and I had these on. And this guy came up to me, he walked past me, and he was like, wait, are those solvable Rubik's Cubes in your ears? And I was like, yes, they are. He was like, those are so cool. I was like, why, thank you. Yeah. And then just this morning, I discovered someone who has some really weird earrings for sale. They have a website, and I am going to order so much. You get free shipping if you do like $50. Guess what? I'm gonna order enough for $50, and they're not super expensive. They're like $6, $7. So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very, very, very excited. But yeah, so I think we are done here. So I want to thank you for watching. I'm gonna go have a good birthday and go do some stuff that I want to do and have fun. I might do my makeup on my birthday. We'll see. I'll see. I may decide I want to do something on Monday as a very special episode. Um, I might do something. I don't know. I'm not. We're going out to dinner Monday, so maybe I might do an episode outside of my normal episodes. I will do something for birthday dinner and do my makeup then. I think we might do that. And then I go back to the doctor on Tuesday, which is good. It's going to be a good visit. Should be. Because it's just a follow up. I had blood work done last week. So, this is now to talk about that blood work. And I already got the results and they were good. So it's fine. And then after that, I don't anticipate taking any more time off and going anywhere. We'll see. He's thinking about doing something. He was wanting to do something for 4th of July, and I'm like, I guess. I guess. Maybe we might. I don't know. We might go somewhere and do something. I don't know. We'll see. But I am looking forward to doing some more episodes, and we're going to see when I go to. I think we will go to TJ Maxx today. I think we will. See if they got a purse in there too. I love the purse I have right now, but TJ Maxx has an excellent bag section. So I might get myself a purse as a treat for my birthday. So I want to see, but I want to go see what their makeup looks like, see what exactly they have, and I'll come back and do a beauty haul episode if that's what I wind up doing and getting some makeup. We'll see. So also too, coming up once I get this Ulta gift card, I'm gonna go do Ulta beauty haul. So I may just combine all my beauty hauls together once I go to Ulta and TJ Maxx. Yeah. I want to thank you for watching. Come back and watch more of my videos. We have the main series here, Budget Beauty. We also have the breakdown and we have the beauty haul. So, thank you for watching. Come back and see me later. Peace.